Here's the audience. It is hard to believe that in just 1 year, 35 million people in the United States of America tested positive for COVID-19, and even harder to believe that 610,000 people have died from the virus. These numbers are outrageous. People need to look at these numbers and consider doing their part to prevent the spread of the virus. How can we do this, one might say? The COVID-19 vaccine is how we can do it. When COVID-19 hit the United States, I followed all the stories that came along with it. I researched the virus and reviewed as much data as I could. It was terrifying and new to all of us, but I needed to know more. When the vaccines became available, I researched that as well. It was difficult to understand why the FDA allowed people to begin getting the vaccine when trials weren't even completed yet. However, after a lot of research, I was able to determine that the benefits of the vaccine could save so many lives. When the vaccine was released to the public, I immediately made an appointment to be vaccinated. The new COVID-19 vaccine can save millions of lives throughout the world. Getting the vaccine is an important part of everyone's health, and we should all get vaccinated to protect one another. The lives of hundreds of thousands of people have already been taken by this disease. We don't want to see the number continue to rise. I propose that all individuals eligible to receive the vaccine should get it. The risk of getting the virus and having complications is much higher than the risk of getting the vaccine. We need to become united to fight against the virus. We should all support one another and be able to contribute to fighting the virus together and living our best lives possible. Let's get vaccinated and save as many lives as possible by not continuing to spread the virus to one another. Now that I've discussed my topic of the COVID-19 vaccine, I will provide you with additional pertinent information. The COVID-19 virus is a new virus that came raging through the United States and has changed the nation in so many unfortunate ways. There was initially next to nothing known about it except that it was making people extremely sick and even causing death. January 21st, 2020 was when the first case of COVID-19 was confirmed in the United States. A timeline of COVID-19 developments in 2020. After that, it spread like a wildfire. By January 31st, 2020, the World Health Organization issued a global health emergency. March 11th, 2020 is a day that I won't forget. That is when COVID-19 became a national pandemic and all of our lives began to change. Researchers were working even harder at this point to figure out the details of the virus and how it should be treated. The virus caused the government to shut down. It forced children out of schools, it caused people to lose income, and it caused all of us to become terrified catching the virus. Everything happened so fast. One day people are enjoying life and enjoying each other, and the next day they aren't. People had to distance themselves from one another and begin to wear face masks. A normal everyday products became unavailable to people. Hospitals were flipped upside down, doing everything they could to support the health and needs of the public. The fact of the matter is that no one really knew what to do at this point, and things continued to get worse. So many lives were lost because of the virus. In such a short time, 610,000 lives were taken as a result of the virus. That's the current number of lives taken in the United States, and I must say that is very unfortunate that we will continue to see that number rise. Now that I've told you the problem, let's move on to the solution. The COVID-19 vaccine was created in order to help people build up their immunity and fight off the virus. There are currently 3 manufacturers of the COVID-19 vaccine. They are Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson. They are all deemed to be a safe and effective way to fight toward preventing people from getting sick from COVID-19. The vaccine is obviously a great new tool in the battle against this deadly pandemic. According to the FDA, vaccines are the best medical prevention method for COVID-19 to help us in the fight against the pandemic, which has claimed over 500,000 lives in the United States. The FDA, through their open and transparent scientific review process, has now authorized 3 COVID-19 vaccines, with the urgency called for this during the pandemic, using the agency's rigorous standards for safety, effectiveness, and manufacturing quality needed to support emergency use and authorization. Now people keep in mind that the FDA would never allow this to happen if the trials related to the vaccines would cause just as much harm to a person as the virus would. Since the vaccine has become available to people, the number of positive COVID-19 cases has significantly decreased in the United States. It has proven itself to be an effective prevention method. Most people are wanting to be vaccinated. However, there are still some of you that are skeptical. Let's just think about the fact that with the vaccine in place now, less people are getting sick and less people are dying. The world is becoming more functional and people are able to gain back some normalcy. The vaccine is worth all this. Many people are scared of the unknown and that's why they won't get vaccinated. However, what is more terrifying than the unknown of a virus is a virus that could attack at any time and potentially end your life, or the unknown of a vaccine is given to you in a controlled atmosphere and where you are monitored to ensure that you don't have any serious adverse reactions. Vaccinations will help us save lives during this difficult time we are experiencing. The vaccine is being offered at no cost to anyone in the United States, so it is time to take advantage of it. Now that I've gave you some insight on why you should get vaccinated, I hope everyone considers it. COVID-19 has proven itself to be a deadly disease. It has rapidly spread throughout the United States and altered normal day-to-day routines for many of us. So many lives have been lost because of this. COVID-19 vaccines can help prevent the passing around of the virus. I understand that the clinical trials for the vaccines were cut short, but I also understand that it has been proven to be safe and effective. The results of getting the virus can cause more harm than getting the vaccine. Everyone, please do your part and get vaccinated. We all have to learn from one another, even if we are complete strangers, so that we can get through these terrifying times. The vaccines have been proven to be safe, so join the fight to gain our freedom back and happiness this virus has taken from us. Thank you.